Sony's Navy SEALs squad game is back for its 4th official installment, and it's the first real Socom game on the PS3. That last one so didn't count. Socom 4 is a solid entry into the series, but it changes the formula and ends up feeling more generic for it.
If the NATO task force is here to protect the Straits, why are you moving forces inland?
Pirates today, insurgents tomorrow.
Socom 4 follows a 5-man team as they try to survive a militant revolution in Southeast Asia. As Ops Commander Cullen Gray, it's your job to lead your team to safety and stop the evil, vaguely Asian militant group, the Naga. The plot is not amazing, and the twist halfway through is predictable, but the voice acting is good. The character models in the game are good, especially during the cutscenes. There's a lot of action going on in Socom 4. Gunfights, explosions, and crashing vehicles all look great on screen, and the frame rate stays fluid. By contrast, the environments are unimpressive. The levels feel more like set pieces than actual locations, and the entire jungle feels fake, especially when you're able to just phase through large bushes like they're holograms. Like nearly all the first-party Sony games, Socom 4 supports 3D televisions and the PlayStation Move. They're nice add-ons, though I found myself playing without either most of the time. Single player in Socom 4 is a mix of combat and stealth missions. Sometimes you play OpsCom, commanding your team by telling them where to go and marking enemies. You also pitch in by shooting dudes in the face. Other times you're 45, the badass South Korean covert op, sneaking through enemy bases like a lady ninja. Socom is largely a multiplayer game though, and there are numerous multiplayer options in Socom 4. Co-op is probably my favorite. You team up with friends and go through missions very similar to the game's campaign mode. There are only 4 types of games, but each one is pretty fun. There's standard shooter modes like Team Deathmatch, Capture the Flag, and one where you capture control points. But my favorite is Bomb Squad, even though right now nobody knows how to cover my slow-moving, heavily padded ass while I try to defuse a bomb. Most of the maps are designed for larger parties, so sometimes just finding the enemy can be the hardest part. But if you've got 32 people in there, maps like Rush Hour are awesome. If you're jonesing for a shooter on your PS3, then Socom 4 isn't a bad choice. The squad-based single-player is fun, even though it's short and easy. Multiplayer has a ton of options, but a limited amount of actual game modes. It's not a game that particularly stands out among shooters, but it's still satisfying to shoot someone in the head. For more on Socom, including its move support, head on over to IGN.com.